Man, guys, for the first 35 years of my life or so, I was incredibly prejudiced towards a lot of people. I did not have empathy for other human beings that were not just like me. It was taught to me. I was brought up around it. I feel terrible about it, and I've been doing everything I can since I really, truly became aware of how awful I was to turn it around and be a better human being. So I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you guys understanding.
We know these things, guys, we no longer can be here. In honor of his legacy, we're not rioting, guys. We're not shaming anybody, guys. We're just humbling ourselves before you.
Yes, Lord.
You brought the thunder and rain today, guys. Because Satan takes the L today. Father, in Jesus' name, you get the victory. Father, we ask for forgiveness from our black brothers and sisters for years and years of racism, of systematic racism.
Before we talk about apology, we have to talk about pain. For centuries, black people have not been treated like humans. Black people were enslaved, beaten, sold, and treated as property, not as human beings. Families were torn apart, cultures were destroyed. Even after slavery ended, systems like colonialism, segregation, and apartheid continued to destroy black progress. And it didn't stop there. Racism evolved. It was through unfair laws, police brutality, discrimination at work, and stereotypes that followed black people everywhere. So when a white person or a country says, "I'm sorry," they're not just apologizing for the event. They're apologizing for hundreds of years of pain, trauma, and injustice that still echo in our world today.
I know I don't understand your experience.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I have never had to live it.
Come on now.
I can sympathize, and I can recognize when things are wrong.
That's
We sisters and brothers here. Talk.
For instance, if a black man or woman should never be afraid for their life for getting pulled over for speeding.
Come on now. Come on.
But I have never lived in that fear.
Come on now. Come on.
No black man or woman should ever be reluctant to walk outside for fear of racial profiling.
Tell it, sister. Tell it.
But I have never been racially profiled.
That's right.
Come on now.
No black man or woman should ever expect to go to jail in their lifetime because of the color of their skin.
Come on now.
But I have never lived in that expectancy.
That's good.
And this is why I don't believe in the phrase, "I don't see color."
That's right.
One, to say you don't see color is a lie. We're different. We can all see that. But two, and way more importantly, to deny the differences in our skin is to deny the differences in our privilege.
Come on.
I'm going to say that again because I think it's worth repeating. To deny the differences in our skin is to deny the differences in our privilege. And that leads me to my next point. To deny the differences in our color is to promote ignorance.
Tell it, sister.
Ignorance is the reason that systemic racism and oppression is allowed to exist in this country.
Tell it,
That's
sister.
good. That's good.
So why am I here? Why am I up here speaking?
Come on now.
Tell them, sister.
I'm going to talk on about three things. One of those is change, the other is ignorance, and one is discomfort. I'll get there.
Go ahead. Take your time.
Broadly speaking, why am I here? Because I want change. But let me speak on that for a second. Because I think a lot of people want change.
Yes.
I think a lot of people say they want change, but let me clarify. I think a lot of white people think they want change.
Come on.
But here's the thing about that. In order for there to be a true and genuine change, for you, for the black community, for people of color, there has to be an equal and requited amount of change for white privilege.
That's right.
And that is something that white people don't want to think about. They don't want to admit that. White people don't want to acknowledge the head start we have in life just for being born this color.
Tell it all. You need it all now.
You know what? That is willful ignorance.
Put it on front line.
Willful ignorance is what allows oppression to continue in this country.
Together we stand. That's it.
So I'm going to talk on ignorance for a second. I think one of the biggest things that allows ignorance to continue is our education system.
There it is, baby.
Ma'am, our education system.
Yes, ma'am.
And what I mean by that is our education is a white man's education.
It is. Oh, yes.
It is a white man's history.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell it.
Why does that matter? Again, like I said, I can recognize when something is wrong. And that is wrong. Why? Because when you tell that history, the history that excludes black history and black culture and the black experience, you allow white people to think that nothing is wrong. And when that happens, you allow white people to think, well, it was bad back then, but it's not bad now. Hell no.
That's right.
It's bad now. In fact, some might say it's worse because this is systemic oppression.
That's right.
This is institutional oppression. This is oppression that is not overt, but it is just as powerful, and we are able to hide it.
God Almighty.
And I have more to say. If you want to hear all of it, please come out Saturday.
We'll be there.
Thank you. We appreciate it. But just know the reason I'm here is because I stand by you. I support you. I love each and every one of you out here. We are brothers and sisters to the day we die.
Yep.
And this is not my time to have my voice heard, but I will use my voice for you. I promise.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dear women, I'm sorry. Dear black people, I'm sorry. Dear Asian Americans, dear Native Americans, dear immigrants who come here seeking a better life, I'm sorry. Dear everyone who isn't a middle or upper class white boy, I'm sorry. I have started life at the top of a ladder while you were born on the first rung. I say now that I would change places with you in an instant, but if given the opportunity, would I? Probably not, because to be honest, being privileged is awesome. I'm not saying that you and me on different rungs of the ladder is how I want it to stay. I'm not saying that any part of me has for a moment even liked it that way. I'm just saying that I fucking love being privileged and I'm not ready to give that away. I love it because I can say fucking and not one of you is attributing that to the fact that everyone with my skin color has a dirty mouth. I love it because I don't have to spend an hour every morning putting on makeup to meet other people's standards. I love it because I can worry about what kind of food is on my plate instead of whether or not there will be food on my plate. I love it because when I see a police officer, I see someone who's on my side. To be honest, I'm scared of what it would be like if I wasn't on the top rung, if the tables were turned and I didn't have my white boy privilege safety blanket to protect me. If I lived a life lit by what I lack, not what I have, if I lived a life in which when I failed, the world would say, told you so. If I lived the life that you live. When I was born, I had a success story already written for me. You were given a pen and no paper. I've always felt that that's unfair, but I've never dared to speak up because I've been too scared. Well, now I realize that there's enough blankie to be shared. Everyone should have the privileges that I have. In fact, they should be rights instead. Everyone's story should be written, so all they have to do is get it read. Enough said. No, not enough said. It is embarrassing that we still live in a world in which we judge another person's character by the size of their paycheck, the color of their skin, or the type of chromosomes they have. It is embarrassing that we tell our kids that it is not their personality, but instead those same chromosomes that get to dictate what color clothes they wear and how short they must cut their hair. But most of all, it is embarrassing that we deny this, that we claim to live in an equal country in an equal world. We say that women can vote. Well, guess what? They can run a country, own a company, and throw a nasty curveball as well. We just don't give them the chance to. I know it wasn't us 8th grade white boys who created this system, but we profit from it every day. We don't notice these privileges, though, because they don't come in the form of things we gain, but rather the lack of injustices that we endure. Because of my gender, I can watch any sport on TV and feel like that could be me one day. Because of my race, I can eat at a fancy restaurant without the waitstaff expecting me to steal the silverware. Thanks to my parents' salary, I go to a school that brings my dreams closer instead of pushing them away. Dear white boys, I'm not sorry. I don't care if you think the feminists are taking over the world or the Black Lives Matter movement has gotten a little too strong, because that's bullshit. I get that change can be scary, but equality shouldn't be. Hey, white boys, it's time to act like a woman, to be strong and make a difference. It's time to let go of that fear. It's time to take that ladder and turn it into a bridge.
Now, let's be sincere. Words alone cannot erase everything. But an apology, when it's sincere, it opens doors to healing. It says, we see what happened, we accept the truth, and we want to imply change and make things right. For example, in 2008, the U.S. House of Representatives apologized for slavery and Jimmy Crow law. The Church of England apologized for the role in the slave trade, and recently some European countries like Belgium and the UK have started returning African artifacts they stole during colonialism. This act don't fix everything, but the acknowledgement of the truth, and that's where healing begins. Because silence means denial, and denial means that the pain keep on continuing. Now, here's the hard question. Is saying I'm sorry really enough? For many Black people, the answer is no. They say, what is the meaning of the apology if racism still exists? If Black people are still underpaid, profiled, and excluded, if our history is still ignored in schools. Any apology without action, it's like a bandage on a wound that is still bleeding. Real change means reparation, education, and inclusion. It means teaching the true history of Africa, not just slavery. It means giving opportunity to Black communities. It means ending system that keeps us down. So yes, an apology is a start, but it's not the destination. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. Forgiveness means remembering but choosing to heal. When a white person apologizes sincerely, it's not about guilt, but it's about responsibility. It's about saying, my ancestors might have caused it, but I want to be the part of their healing. And when Black people choose to forgive, it's not weakness, it's strength. Because it takes love and courage to love when the world taught you to hate yourself. But forgiveness and apology both requires truth. You can't heal from something you refuse to face. So where do we go from here? We need more than just an apology. We need action, respect, and unity. Let's keep having honest conversations about race. Let's support Black business, arts, and voices and their artists. The truth is, you can't change the past, but you can shape the future. Every apology, every conversation, every act of love helps us move one step closer to equality. Because this isn't about Black or white, it's about humanity. So, to every white person that ever said I'm sorry, thank you for acknowledging the pain. But don't stop there. Use your privilege, your voice, and your power to make change real. And to my Black brothers and sisters, remember, we are powerful, we are worthy, and no apology can ever define our values. Let's keep working forward with strength, pride, and love. Thank you for watching, and if this message spoke to you, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment below. Do you believe that apologies can truly heal racial wounds? Let's talk about it in the comments. Until next time, stay strong, stay proud, and stay united.